Just an announcement to everybody. If you are feeling sick, please let us know so that we can help you, okay? Yes, but otherwise, our friend who fell sick is currently doing better, and yeah, she'll join us. Okay, maybe she might join us, but we'll see how the day progresses. Is that fine? Okay. Tom.
Hi everyone. I have one final announcement before before the IEC. I hand over to the IEC and they explain the voting process to us. So, people who are eligible to be the next chairperson as well as the host country are North, West, and Central Africa. So those people are eligible, and you are allowed to give 3 names to come forward to be your next chairperson. What was the other thing? North, Central, West?
North, Central,
and the oldest person we're allowed to vote for is the age of 16. So the people you are bringing forward has to be either 16 or below the age of 16. So I'm going to hand over to the IEC, and while I do that, North, Central, and West, if you're in that part of Africa and you'd like to host or be the next chairperson, please come forward. Thank you. I'll now hand over to the IEC.
It's fine. Don't talk about anything. It's okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Afternoon, young ones. Are you tired? You should now be excited because now we are going into the election process. Ne? So you need to be active, you need to be awake because you need to take a decision to say who's going to be your next chairperson. And thus we are here today as the Electoral Commission. I am Tombizoto Tahudi, and I come from the Electoral Commission of South Africa. Most probably, most of you are asking yourselves, what is the IEC? The young lady was saying, the IEC is here. Do you know what is the IEC? No. So it will only be proper for us to brief you in terms of what is the IEC and what is the work that we do and why are we here today. And we are so excited to manage your elections today. So without wasting time, let me go into the details as to who we are and what we stand for. The Electoral Commission, or the IEC as they normally call us, we are a Chapter 9 institution. A Chapter 9 institution is an institution that takes care of democracy. We ensure that democracy is being preserved in South Africa. And as the Electoral Commission, we do not report to any political party. So we are independent, hence we are a Chapter 9 institution, and we are only accountable to the National Assembly. The National Assembly, normally they would say it's Parliament. So where we report only to the Parliament and nobody else. And what governs the Electoral Commission, because we deal with laws, we don't govern ourselves. We are governed by the Constitution of this country, and also we are governed by the Electoral Act, the Electoral Commission Act, as well as the Municipal Electoral Act. So whatever that we do, any job that we carry out, we ensure that we do it by law. We are guided by law. We don't think about what we need to do. And the mission of the Electoral Commission, as I've said, we are independent, and we need to ensure that there's participation in terms of the society, in terms of the political parties, and as well as the citizens of our country. As you are seated here, you are citizens of different countries. As young people, do you know that you are citizens from wherever country you come from? It's just you are a younger generation, but you are definitely a citizen of your country. So at the IEC, we are saying it is not too early to engage you in the electoral processes as well as the democratic processes. Hence, we say we start working with you at the younger age. And we have constitutional mandate as well as the legislative mandate. Our constitutional mandate, number one, is to ensure that we manage the elections, be it your national, provincial, as well as the local government elections. We conduct those elections. And also we ensure that those elections are being conducted in a free and fair environment. And lastly, after the elections have been conducted, we ensure that we declare the results. And in South Africa, we normally declare the results within the period of 3 days, but the law says we can declare those elections within the period of 7 days. So, meaning today, basically what we are going to do, we are going to manage your elections, and be rest assured, we are going to ensure that those elections are free and fair. Okay? And as I've said, we also have the legislative mandate. Our legislative mandate, as indicated, that we ensure that we compile and maintain the voters' roll. When you go and study at a specific school, you don't just go there and ask for books. Am I correct? Am I correct? Do you walk at the school and say, I'm here, can you give me books? No. So you need to register. So as the IEC, we also ensure that we maintain the voters' roll. At the school, they will say it's your attendance register or your admission. It will be your admission. So the IEC, before you can vote, you need to register first. Hence, we say we maintain the voters' roll. And also, we manage the elections, as I have already alluded to, and ensure that we declare those elections. We also promote the cooperation between persons, institutions, governments, and administration. And when we speak of institutions, we are here today for ACS. So it's one of the institutions that have requested us to come and manage their elections. Hence, we are with you today. We've been here from Sunday. We've been here from Sunday. Probably some of you have seen us. And also, we need to promote sound knowledge of democratic electoral processes, and as well, we promote voter education. As I'm talking to you right now, it's part of our work that we do promoting voter education. Because when you leave this place today, you would know what is the IEC and what does it do. And what the IEC in South Africa does, the IEC in your countries does the same. They manage the elections, they ensure those elections are being declared. And I've spoken to managing the voters' roll and compiling the voters' roll. How do we do that? We ensure that those who are eligible to vote are registered, and we have the requirements. So I believe I'm talking to the correct age. If you are 16 years and above and you have your ID document, be it a smart card, I hope you don't have green barcoded IDs. If you are 16, you don't have green barcoded ID. Yeah. So you've got smart card. So in South Africa, when you are 16 years of age, you are eligible to get your smart card, and you can apply with the IEC to vote, meaning you can register to vote with the IEC from the age of 16 years, and you need to be a South African citizen. So we say you register from the age of 16 years and above. So I've already spoken to that, and we do not take the passport, we do not take the driver's license. For those who have driver's license, we only take your identity document, be it a smart card, a temporary identification certificate, or the green barcoded IDs. Those who come from my age, they will have the green barcoded IDs. Those who come from South Africa know what I'm talking about, ne? Right? Yeah. Okay, and where do we register to vote? You know, because I'm speaking to young people, I'm going to refer to the online registration. If you are 16 years of age, you have your ID document, be it a smart card, as I have said. You can register yourself online by visiting www.elections.org.za. And you go to the voter portal. You just need to upload the copy of your ID document there. You create a profile. Seamless, ne? You can do it at the comfort of your home. You don't need to travel to our voting stations or to our local offices. Hence, I'm saying, as young people, I know that you are technology savvy, right? You've got smartphones, ne? So it's easy for you. You are ready for us with your ID. You can just somewhere go into your phone, go to the IEC website, and you can register yourself there. But start first by creating your profile, okay? And besides using the online, we understand that some people don't have access to the internet. We also do continuous registration every day at our offices between 8 o'clock and 5 o'clock. In South Africa, each and every municipality or your cities like your Joburg, we have offices in different communities. So you are able to go there if you do not have access to the internet. And alternatively, we normally have big projects, national projects, which we call registration weekends before our elections. We are going into 2026 local government elections, so we'll be having the registration weekend so people can register themselves at the voting station during that particular time. So that's how you register with the IEC to vote. And besides us maintaining the voter's roll, remember I say we also conduct voter education. Now, where or how do we conduct voter education? We conduct voter education in different communities, be it at school. In South Africa, this month, we say it's a democracy month. It's April, it's Democracy Month. All over South Africa, nationwide, we'll be visiting schools, your high school, your primary schools. We have what we call the School Democracy Program. If you are lucky, we'll be visiting you in April, but if you don't come in April, we might visit you in one of the months going until September, because the program runs from April until September. But we are not only doing schools, we also do institutions of higher learning, your high school, your universities, as well as your TVET colleges. So we also conduct voter education there. And we also do civic education, where we say you need to be an active citizen and you need to participate in the affairs of your country. And moving forward, we also conduct voter education or civic education for disability sector. We also go to churches, what we call mass civic education, where we visit churches, we visit your old age homes, we deal with youth, organized youth and unorganized youth. So we reach out to multitude of people that you find in South Africa. So that's who the IEC is. Now, do you understand what we do? So we are not only managing elections, but we need to ensure that when we are ready to go and vote, you understand why do you need to vote. Okay? Thank you. So currently in South Africa, there's a document that was launched that speaks to e-voting and i-voting. We are moving into, actually we are already there, ne? We are already there, the technology world. What do we call it? AI. Am I correct? Your artificial intelligence. Yeah, so everybody wants to do things technologically. So within South Africa as well, the IEC is looking into i-voting and e-voting. So if you've got time, just browse through our website and check what the policies say. It's currently being discussed, debated, people are making submissions. And if you're interested, you can also make your own submissions. Remember, I said it's not you are not too young to participate. Ne? You are not too young to participate. So just ensure that you engage with that document. And I believe I'm talking to the adults who are seated in here. So you can make your submissions as well. Thank you. And why are we here? We are here to conduct your elections, like I've indicated earlier. Now let us look, how does the voting station look like? What do you need to expect when you go into that voting station? We are already setting up the voting station for you as we are speaking right now. Some of the colleagues are that side. They are preparing the voting station for you. So what do you need to expect there when you get there? At the entrance, you'll find the door controller who will show you where to go, which table to start from. And the first table that you will go to will be the voter's roll. And in this instance, we are going to use your attendance register because we need to verify that you are eligible to vote in these elections. And you will need your card just to ensure that you are part of the delegates. Okay? And from the voters' roll officer, we will then move to the person that we call an inker, who will ensure that, remember, we need to identify people who have voted because you only vote once. You don't need to vote twice. So we will have an inker who will ink your thumb. And from them inking your thumb, you'll proceed to the person that we call the ballot paper issuer. And that person will issue your ballot paper, then you go to the booth. Okay, I thought it will point so that you can follow the discussion, but it's okay. Then you will, after being given your ballot paper, then you'll move to the ballot booth where you will cast your vote, and you'll fold your ballot paper, then immediately move to the ballot box where you will deposit your ballot paper. So this is the process that we are going to follow as we go into that voting station after this session. All right. So immediately after everyone has voted, we will ensure that the ballot papers or those votes are counted and we tabulate them. Let me also indicate that we'll be having 3 sites, 3 voting sites. It's us here, which is on site. Then we'll have those who will be voting as clusters online, where they will be watching us from, and also we'll have those who will be voting electronically. So 3 sets of voting processes will be followed. And after everyone has voted, we'll ensure that all of those are being put together to ensure that we declare those results. And at the end of the process, the candidate who receives the majority of votes will be the chairperson. You know that you are voting for any country of your choice, right? I heard the young lady telling you the 3 countries that you are voting for. So any one of those countries, any country of your choice, you vote for it. The person who gets the most votes, the candidate who gets the most votes will then be the chairperson, and their country will host the ACS until the next election. Are we clear? Okay. So this I have already spoken to in terms of how we're going to conduct these elections. As I have said, our voters all will be your attendance register, and we'll use your identification as the accreditation card that you have, the one that I've shown you, and the voters will be ushered according to their countries. Okay, you'll be called according to your countries. So that's the process that we will be following, and that's the reason we are here today. And thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. How many of you are excited that we will all vote today? How many are excited? How many are excited? Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Is Tara in? Is Tara in? Okay, so that is how the voting process will go about. So we have been very much informed of how everything will take place later on. DJ, can we just have a slow song as we are, yeah, just a song.
Nothing more.
Don't be dramatic.
Hello everyone, attention please. So now it's lunchtime, let's go and eat.
Hello, hello. As you guys are having your food, I want you to know there's something called the media playground, okay? It is somewhere, just walk straight ahead, you'll find people to guide you. They're doing podcasts there. If you want to talk about your experience here, if you want to talk about the outcome statement, if you want to talk about your own pre-summits, there's a space for that, all right? You can either find the people who are seated here, they can take you, or you can just walk straight ahead, all right? Whenever you want, it's open from now on until in the evening. Don't forget. Yeah. Nominations. Oh, yeah, Anzi is handling. Where's Anzi? Anzi or someone. Anzi is handling the nominations. You can talk to him. Correction. The media playground is happening. It's being handled by Mtoto News. Yes.
All right, miss. 10,000 ngenkulungwane angithi dume ngambone kaslam funa mali izakwasala angizokuhlaba ngatheni ngoma 10,000 ngenkulungwane angithi dume ngambone kaslam funa mali izakwasala hayi we waze wamnandi kaze malini spin ay uphume kaslam lomjika ay una malini ay waze wamnandi ay kaze malini spin ay uphume kaslam lomjika ay una malini oy
Aningboleke man. Khona la ngifuna ukuya khona wena man. Hayi man. Upupori. Uyephi yena? Hey wena man. Angboleke.
Ay wena man obathini man ay mina ngizokuhlaba ngathene ngoma 10,000 ngenkulungwane angithi dume ngambone kaslam funa mali izakwasala angizokuhlaba ngathene ngoma 10,000 ngenkulungwane angithi dume ngambone kaslam funa mali izakwasala ay wena waze wamnandi kaze malini spin ay uphume kaslam lomjika ay una malini ay waze wamnandi ay kaze malini spin ay uphume kaslam lomjika ay una malini
Sabapek, bayande, bayapu, sabasek, kikiki, zikiki, pepepe, brikiki, bathi baya nje baya nje baya nje baya emathumane sebefuna nesigugu shipa nkosi sesibheni
uma kwenzeka lingishonela lingakashoni yela namuhla uma kwenzeka ungikhumbula Nkosi ngingakawafezi amaphupha ami ngikhuleka umthandazo wokuthi laba basele ngemumva inhliziyo zabo zithole ukududuzeka labo abayofika ekhaya bezobona unomthandazo bamthandazise ngopheli ngaphakathi ngoba naye sekukaningi ukufa ebhekana naphi ezinhlathini zamehlo uswelakala ogada mawa mina lapha ekhaya ukufa kade kuzenzela nje usikela kwelinonile sekuze kwadela kumgibe wamacansi kafalaza nomakhelwane-ke bengafakaza kade ekhaya kuvika idlozi ngokubuka ukuthi inqe isize yahlithuka intamo pho usisangani ukubayeka beyihleli kuba kolimalayo bengahlekanga nani-ke enofika emngcwabeni wami ebengingazi kakhulu ngingakhali kakhulu ngoba bayingcusana abakwazi ukukhombisa uthando uma usaphila emhlabeni ngoba ngiyalazi mina ngizofakaza ngabanzi phezu kwekhanda lami ngezinto ezinhle engizenzile phambi kwenu kazi zingaki engizenzile phambi kwami ukukhombisa uthando uyedwa omunye ozobheka ukuthi ngampela ngimkhahlele ngampela yini ibhakede lakwantambo abanye ngokubuka isimo sasekhaya uzobuza ukuthi hawu kanti shawa kanjani kanti idonsa iyodwa ngokusobala ukuthi into nobeyibopheni kade nethemba lokuthi izowaphendula amatafula noma iyodwa ibhakede lakwantambo abanye ngokubuka isimo sasekhaya uzobuza ukuthi hawu kanti shawa kanjani kanti idonsa iyodwa 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 iyodwa
coming. And also there's a power bank that was somewhere here. If there's anybody who mistakenly took a power bank that you feel is not yours, please bring it to this gentleman who is here. A power bank.
Of you that are here, you might have noticed that several people that were, or many of your friends that are here, have had to leave. In South Africa, it's a school day tomorrow, and so many students had to go back home in time for the school day tomorrow. We also know that we are about to go and vote. The problem was that the ballot is incomplete. We don't have all of the names for the vote. So I want to ask you as the ACS online, please, for those of you who are online, please know that we are asking for you to comment on this process also, and for those of you that are in person. If we don't have all of the information to continue to vote, would it be okay to have a vote at the end of the month? It would give everybody an opportunity to go back to their country and check with the children in their country and then continue with the bid. Just for your awareness, we already have some bids for the ACS host, but because many of the children have left already, maybe it is not fair to run a vote where half of your delegation is not here to vote with you. So the suggestion
but you have to decide, because it's your choice, is if you postpone the vote until the end of the month, that we run a formal voting process and all of you that have participated here would be invited to attend the vote online. But it is your decision. So can we please get one or two of you, if you just let us know what your opinions are. For those of you who are online, what do you think about this? We will go with what you say, but we do need to conclude the program, so we just need to know the way forward.
Hi everyone, I'm Banana from Uganda. As we have been talking about inclusion, so we cannot vote when many of our friends are not here. So my opinion is we should vote at the end of the month.
Hi everyone, my name is Kendrick, and my opinion is we should vote at the end of the month because most of our friends aren't here.
Hi everyone, my name is Oreneba. I think we should vote at the end of the month, so this way everybody will have made up their mind who they are going to vote for.
Good afternoon. So I want to know if we are agreeing that we're gonna vote at the end of the month, how are we able to reach the link that we have to vote for? Sorry. Where can we find the link where we are supposed to vote?
Okay.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I think it's best to vote at the end of the month.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Linda Lani from South Africa. In my opinion, I prefer for us to vote at the end of the month so that everyone could be here to vote with us.
I want to answer. Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Sunarine. It's the best way to vote. It's the best way to vote at the end of the month because we can't vote without, without others. See? So we have to vote at the end of the month.
Hello everyone, I am Lomide Machaba, and I think it's best that we vote at the end of the month. So I think that we can't vote without other people. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm Cyrus K. Will Jr. from Liberia. We are supporting the plan based on inclusiveness. So it's a recommendation to the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund, the Committee for the Africa Children's Summit, to make sure that what we are trying to exclude here, what we are trying to avoid, shouldn't happen in the all-on process. They all make sure that the inclusiveness we are pushing, we are advocating for here, be prioritized in the online process. Thank you.
Okay, we can take two more.
Hi, I'm William Biliti or Mango from Zambia. I think it would be best if we were to vote online since everybody will be present there.
Hi, my name is Chaezama Panzure. I'm from South Africa. I think voting at the end of the month is the best choice so that all the people can vote and it will be fair. Thank you.
Okay, online, 4 have voted for end of the month.
I think voting must be done equally because there are different members of different countries. Like from Ethiopia, we are 2. From Africa, they are intense. So I think it won't be fair, voting in those numbers. I think we should have the same amount of people voting. Yes.
Okay, I think that at this point it is clear that the vote at the end of the month is accepted. Is anybody in disagreement? Please, if you are vehement, if you are very, very against the vote at the end of the month, please raise your hand. Very, very against voting at the end of the month, please raise your hand. I don't see anybody. Can we please check online? Anybody very, very against voting at the end of the month? Can we say that this is a concluded agreement? Everybody's in agreement? It will be the responsibility of the organizing committee to select the date in the group and to invite everybody to the vote at the end of the month. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we've all agreed that the vote will be done at the end of the month, right? Okay, so I'm going to ask the chaperones. Chaperones, if you do not have any details in terms of how the children are going to participate in the upcoming election, please see any of our Toto News team or the Nelson Mandela News team, as well as Anzio and anybody else. They'll give you details in how the children can access this platform so that every single child who was represented here will also be present in the meeting that will be coming ahead. Okay, guys, so I mentioned earlier that somebody was sick, so I just got an update. So as we're about to conclude the program, we want to share a quick health update with you because your safety is our #1 priority. We've learned that 2 of our children, who are our fellow delegates, were taken to Mill Park Hospital yesterday after feeling unwell. After tests, doctors confirmed that one of them has malaria, while the other is being kept in hospital for observation, just to be extra careful. So here's what we know. Malaria is treatable, okay? Malaria is treatable. And the doctors are giving them the best care possible. So we've pushed the doctors to give them the best care possible. And you cannot catch malaria from another person. So just because somebody else has malaria, don't segregate them, okay? You cannot catch malaria from another person. So Johannesburg, where we are in, is not one of the places that has threats of mosquitoes that spread malaria. We are continuously making sure that the summit is safe for everyone. So this place in particular is not particularly a hotspot for malaria, though we have received 1 case of malaria amongst us, but this child is being observed and seems in very good condition. Okay? Are we okay? Okay, so right now we will be waiting for some of the delegates who will be coming shortly, as we will be presenting the outcome statements to them. But I just want to have a bit of a competition, just a small competition. Do you guys allow me? A small competition? Oh, and also the power bank. The power bank is, did anybody come across the power bank? There's a power bank that's been, oh, okay, it's there. It's there. Okay, so I've seen that some of us are already looking very cultural right now. We're looking very cultural. So I would just like to see if there's anybody who would just like to come up and just show us their cultural wear and if anything, what it means in their particular country and stuff like that. Is there anybody? Yes, please come up.
Hello. Hello, everyone. I really do wish for this moment to explain why I'm wearing corporate and culture. Is it not concerning? I'm in tie, I'm in long sleeve. It's corporate, and I have culture on top of it. It's concerning, and I want to explain this story. Liberia is the oldest African republic. Liberia was founded when the United States of America needed to find a place for the free slaves that were dominating in America. They came down to Africa to buy a piece of land where they can relocate the free slaves from America to Africa. And then they found a place and buy that piece of land called Liberia today. The free slaves that came from America, they are called the Americo-Liberians. And then when they came, they met the Basako, they met Mississippi in Africa. And then they also met the Cape Moserado. That people that were there are now called indigenous Liberian. So I'm here representing my culture, representing the Americo-Liberian with the corporate, and also representing the indigenous Liberian with the country cloth. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can I ask you to just stand over there? Just stand over there. I can see you guys. I can see you guys. Please come up. A round of applause, a round of applause, a round of applause. Who else? Who else? Who else can I spot out? Anybody wearing cultural? Anything cultural from your country? Anything cultural? Anything cultural? Don't be shy, don't be shy. A big hand of applause, a big hand of applause. So how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay, so these have won something very cultural, and we will present some gifts to them. And I will invite, wait, don't take it out, don't take it out. Come. Just bring the bag, just bring the bag. I will invite somebody to come and bring. Can you present it to them? Yes, can you? Is there somebody who would like to present it? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, father had a donkey, donkey died, father cried, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. One by one. Another one? Guys, this bag is full of so many surprises. It's been surprising me throughout the day. So congratulations. Let's just, oh, may we be upstanding, please? May we be upstanding as the delegates are coming in. Thank you so much. You can go take your seats. I will hand it over now to Tara.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will now be doing the final outcome statement for the African Children's Summit 2025. What we want, an outcome from the African Children's Summit 2025. We, the children of Africa, have shared our voices and ideas. We want our leaders and governments to make sure that every child can go to school, feel safe, be included, and have a bright future. Here's what we ask for. Fair and free education for all. Schools should be free for every child. No one should stay home because they can't pay fees. Governments should give support like bursaries and scholarships to children whose families cannot afford school. Children with disabilities should also be able to learn in schools that meet their needs, with teachers who understand sign language and other special ways of learning. Better schools, buildings, and facilities. We want schools that are safe and comfortable. That means more classrooms, desks, clean toilets, clean water, and safe places to play. Children in villages or far places should get help with transportation like bicycles or school buses. Books and school supplies as well as technology. We need books, pens, and other learning tools in all our schools. We want our schools to use helpful technology like computers and AI, especially for schools who cannot afford these at home. More and better teachers. We need more good teachers who understand every child's needs. Some of us learn in different ways, speak different languages, or need extra help. These teachers should be trained to support all kinds of learners. Stop unfair treatment and bad traditions. Some children are kept out of school because of early marriage or because they're girls or have disabilities. This is not right. We want everyone to be treated fairly and for harmful traditions to stop. Let all children go to school and learn equally. Help our families so that we can stay in school. When families don't have money, some children stop going to school. We want our parents and guardians to get support, jobs, or skills to earn more money. This will help us stay in school, end violence, and keep us safe. We want to feel safe at home and at school. No bullying, no hitting, no abuse. There should be people to help when things go wrong. Teachers and parents must learn how to treat children with love and respect. National government should ratify T3s and put laws into place against child and early marriages, and they should not be practiced. Let children share their ideas. We want to be part of the decisions that affect our lives. Give us chances to speak up, lead school groups, and help shape rules and plans. Children with disabilities should also be included in these activities. Their special needs should be taken care of by trained teachers. Schools should also have sports and games made for children with disabilities, so everyone can play and have fun. Technology that helps, not harms. We want access to safe and useful internet and digital tools to help us learn, but we also want to stay safe online. Children should be taught how to use AI and the internet in a good way, and adults should help protect us from harm. Protect children against pornography and negative media. Healthy minds and bodies. Children learn best when they are happy and healthy. We want schools to give meals, provide sanitary pads for girls, and offer support when we feel sad or stressed, as well as comprehensive sexuality education. There should be time to play and safe spaces to relax and be ourselves. Substance abuse should be prohibited, with stricter laws being put into place with regards to children. The government should penalize parents who give the go-ahead for their children to take drugs and the children be put in foster care. Together, we can make a change. We are the future. We want to learn, grow, and help our countries. We ask our leaders to listen, take action, and work with us to make these dreams come true for every child everywhere in Africa. Thank you. I'd like to ask the Minister if you would kindly accept our outcome statement.
Thank you. It is a great honor for me to accept this wonderful document, the outcome statement, which represents the voices of the continent of Africa. But after listening to it, it is also a world-class statement, an example to all the children of the world. Program director, where's the child president? I don't see him. Is he here? Okay. Chief Executive Officer of the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund, Dr. Linda, Chairperson of the NMCF Board, Deputy Director General for Welfare Services, Masiza Magangu, Senior Managers from the Department of Social Development, and Nelson Mandela Children's Fund here present, cluster departments, and partners in the protection and rights of the child. Ladies and gentlemen, and the many children joining us here online. Molweni, good morning, Dupalang, Sani Bonani, bonjour, a good day to all of you. Let me declare up front that I'm very excited to be part of this closing ceremony and also being part of this process that protects and encourages the right of children. I make this declaration this week as I spent some time with children yesterday at my ministerial house, and I explained to some of the ladies that are the champions of children at the lunch table about my experience with these 10 children that I had as my guests. I wanted to give each one of them 200 rand, but I wanted them to earn it. So I've got a basketball post and a net, and I asked them to throw the ball in the net, and I waved the 200 rand at them. Each one of them, on their first attempt, scored a goal. Then I went to enjoy the tea, and this one boy, 8 years old, he left the table, and I saw him scoring another 5 goals. So he obviously wasn't happy with 200 rand. So he came to the table and he told me, I scored 5 more goals, expecting me now to give him 1,000 rand. So I had to tell him it was only for the first goal. So I've learned my lesson next time to explain the rules of engagement. We are now at the end of the Africa Children's Summit, and one can say all went well from day one. I know we were showered with heavy rains, and this symbolizes blessings in our lifetime. The Africa Children's Summit that started on the 5th of April till today, the 7th of April, is one of the historic initiatives in our beautiful continent. I have been advised that almost 13 African countries managed to attend physically here in Joburg, South Africa. Online, we were joined by 1,000 children from more than 20 African countries. The summit has been conceptualized in a manner that was premised from being child-led. That is why we have the theme, Seen, Heard and Engaged in Education. I must say, watching the media on TV, print media, social media, Twitter, Instagram, the children were seen, heard, and engaged. Nothing about us without us is a slogan used to communicate the idea that no policy should be decided by any representative without the full and direct participation of members of the groups affected by that policy. In its modern form, this often involves national, ethnic, disability-based or other groups that are often marginalized from political, social, and economic opportunities. Article 12 of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child encourages that states like South Africa and like the 13 countries that were represented here and the others that participated shall assure to the child who is capable of forming his or her own views the right to express those views freely and in all matters affecting the child. The views of the child being given due weight in accordance with the age and maturity of the child. For this purpose, the child shall in particular be provided the opportunity to be heard in any judicial and administrative proceedings affecting the child, either directly or through a representative or an appropriate body, in a manner consistent with the procedural rules of national law. The voices of the children are key in shaping Africa's future. Indeed, Africa's children must claim their rights to a future that belongs to them. Children of today will be our future leaders. United Africa rise, divided Africa falls. And that's why we have to ask the children to assist us to create a United States of Africa. We have to ask the children to remove the borders in Africa so that communities can trade with one another. That communities in the different countries can cross the border without any red tape and trade with them as a start. The African Children's Charter provides for child participation, highlighting that the views of children matter and must be heard. That is Articles 4.2 and 7 of the African Children's Charter. I wonder if you ever thought, now why did they include that in the Charter? They included that in the Charter because they know that adults just take too long. Children are the ones that can speed up things. So the leaders of Africa, they must hear your voices. Your voices must be heard in all the countries of Africa. Guided by the principle of nothing about us, without us. Children should be involved in decision-making affecting their interests in line with Agenda 2063, paragraph 47. 2063 is a long way to go. I hope that at the next summit in 2 years' time, you will be able to bring the agenda forward. We can't wait till 2063. We have to relook at that timetable. So Agenda 2063, which stresses the following: in pursuit of a people-centered continent, all the citizens of Africa will be actively involved in decision-making in all aspects. And remember, when I spoke to you last time, I spoke to you about freedom. And when everyone is involved in the decision-making, then we can say we're very close to freedom. The children expressing their views should be delegated to act as representatives based on the principle of representation and not merely be appointed. Because children's views are not monolithic. A diversity of childhood experiences comprising differences in gender, age, ability, the urban-rural divide, minorities as well as the voices of indigenous communities and children heading households should be included. The representatives should also have a means of reporting and consulting others. And we've seen it happen at this summit, leading to some form of accountability. This summit has taken the lead, and I must congratulate you. Many countries have taken measures to engage and consult children and have made child participation more accountable. However, greater efforts are still required to ensure that children's views are meaningfully channeled and taken into account. So we said, let us bring 2063 forward. So by 2040, we want the following to emerge in the African continent. Child participation based on the principles of representation, inclusion and accountability is cultivated at all levels. Children participate meaningfully in lawmaking and policy adoption in matters affecting their interests and are involved in the oversight of their implementation. So what does that mean? It means that over the last 2-3 days, you have developed policies, continental-wide policies. And you need to take those policies to your countries, like we want the children in South Africa to do in their country. You must also do the same. So the policy must develop into a bill and then into an act of parliament. And then children summits like this must do oversight. You see, on your own, as an African country, you don't have power. But when you act together as an African continent and not as an African country, you will have power. Now, this is what our countries in Africa hasn't learned yet. I think the children have grown up faster than the adults. Because every country still wants to be a country. South Africa wants to be a country. Nigeria wants to be a country. Lesotho wants to be a country. Now we must be a continent. And you have taken the lead that we want to develop policies not for South Africa, not for Lesotho, but for the African continent. So we adults in the different parliaments must learn from you and follow your example. We must not develop policies for South Africa. You have shown us what to do. You have shown us by presenting me with this outcome statement that you've developed policies for the continent. And I think you deserve a round of applause. By 2040, dedicated processes for children participation are in place, such as a permanent and dedicated forum in the form of a child parliament, or ad hoc forum in the form of a child caucus, aimed at bringing forward the voices of children in these processes. Remember I told you that Julius Nyerere said you must have a strong secretariat. So please think about that. And that strong secretariat must be financially well-resourced so that it can carry out the work. At school level, child participation and leadership are cultivated by involving children in school management, for example, in advisory student-learner councils. By 2040, legal protection is in place affirming children's rights to assemble, organize, and access information, and to express themselves freely. Children have the right to be consulted and heard in proceedings involving or affecting them. Children are involved in the monitoring and accountability process for this agenda and the African Union's Agenda 2063. Children are the most precious beings on earth, yet they are misused in the worst ways. They are sold, trafficking, exploited, and this is a global pandemic. We all have to protect our children, and government can't do this alone. Grassroots advocacy can lead to real change. Community action, international solidarity, like we've seen here at the summit, and a continued push for stronger child protection system can change the situation. Panel discussions from children were vibrant and insightful, highlighting several challenges from children across the continent. We must ensure that gatherings of this magnitude must not be bittersweet experiences and a pattern of children's voices to be reduced to paperwork that will never translate into real change. Implementation and action are of paramount importance. So this must be a call for action and not formalities. The outcome statement, as adopted by all the children attending, will be canvassed in all the participating countries. In South Africa, we will use the G20 presidency to lobby the global leadership to subscribe and encourage their countries to heighten child participation. So the African continent is taking the lead in the world No other continent is doing this. It is the African continent, the children of Africa, that is setting this example. Your chairman of the the chairman that just addressed us earlier on, she talked about artificial intelligence. And it is very exciting to hear that children are already talking about artificial intelligence. But where you will succeed, and this is some advice I'm giving to children, you need to create revenue streams out of artificial intelligence so that you can make a lot of money. It's no use talking about artificial intelligence. You have to apply your mind. How can I use artificial intelligence to make money? What revenue streams can we generate? When I was involved with the internet, I got an award in 2002 as a pioneer of the internet in South Africa and Africa. We created new next generation jobs. We created new revenue streams like online banking, online shopping, online media, nearly 22 revenue streams. So I heard your chairman speak about artificial intelligence at least in 2 speeches. So it means you must have been talking about it. But please go to the next level and talk about generating revenue streams out of artificial intelligence. May you all have safe travels to your respective destination. Let us in governments in the continent ensure that we start engaging on the policies and the resolutions of the summit. When the children meet again in 2 years' time, let them be able to report that there has been a difference in their situations in their own countries since the summit in South Africa. I thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Deputy Minister. At this particular point in time, we are coming to the end of the Africa Children's Summit 2025. I have been given the responsibility to just give a few remarks and close it off from our top chair, Tara Hendricks. She unfortunately just felt a bit dizzy and has gone outside, but she'll be feeling better. So on behalf of Tara Hendricks and just everybody else who managed to make this thing a success, thank you so very much. And let's just thank some of the people we don't get to appreciate sometimes at these big events that make it possible. Some of the different camera people that have been getting beautiful shots of us. Let's just clap for them because I've seen beautiful shots. And of course, we have our interpreters in the back there, as well as our sign language interpreter there, who have been working so very tirelessly. Thank you so very much. So on behalf of Tara Hendricks and the rest of the team, the Africa Children's Summit 2025 is officially closed. so sorry, so sorry. I'm not really used to. Hello, hello, hello. I'm so sorry. I'm not really used to the whole MC thing. I forgot something that is very, very important. When we started this particular event, we started with the national anthem of South Africa. And I think with the Deputy Minister here present, it is very important that we close off the ceremony with the national anthem of South Africa as well. So may we be all upstanding as the DJ just plays the anthem for us. Okay, we can all remain upstanding. I will just allow the chief delegates to exit before everybody else sits. Oh, and by the way, as you guys were singing Kosi Sikelete, I was singing Stand Dancing of Zambia. It's the same thing, guys. It's the same thing. Our national anthem, your national anthem, it's just the languages. It's the same thing. the ACS is finally over. And right now we have the opportunity to make a bit of trouble since the ACS is over. So there's a particular boy who's been troubling me throughout. So he wants to make some trouble. So he'll come and explain his trouble. So come and explain your trouble.
Those who are going to play soccer with me, let's go.
So he wants to play soccer. Is there anybody else who wants to play soccer? Okay, so we are going to arrange on how we're going to play outside soccer, but yeah. And also, please, also child parliamentarians, you have a meeting later. It will be discussed with you. It will be. Hello. So we have a DJ who's going to play for us, and there's a bit of a performance. So anybody who would want to see it, please, you're free to remain behind.